today in Know Your Organ series, I'm going to talk about an organ in your body which is the most sensitive and the most beautiful. Any guesses? And you don't have just one, but you have two of them. Now I'm going to show you something. This is your uterus, alright? So this is something which depicts that organ in our body. This is the uterus and these are the two appendages that I'm talking about. I know you are now guessing it right, your beautiful fallopian tubes. So the uterus in between and the two fallopian tubes makes one beautiful organ. Let's talk about them more. Why are they so important? Because this is the place, the fallopian tube, where the fertilization takes place. The sperm and the egg, they meet, they unite, and the beginning of a new life starts here. So how does this process start? So when the ovary produces the best big size mature follicle, the next step for it is to rupture. That is the process of ovulation. Now there is a huge surge in the luteinizing hormone, and this surge causes this mature follicle that is prepared in the ovary to rupture. Now once it ruptures, the egg is released in the pelvic cavity. Now your fallopian tubes, this signal is communicated to the fallopian tubes via the beautiful nervous connections which are there. And then the intelligent tubes, what do? Let me show you by taking an example. So if this is the egg which has been ruptured from the follicle, alright, and this is the fimria of the fallopian tube. So these intelligent fimria, which are just finger-like projections, they move towards this egg which is released, scoop the egg inside it and keep it inside its safe zone. So now the egg has been transferred from the ovary and into the fallopian tube. Now this egg is going to stay inside the fallopian tube for 4 to 5 days, waiting for that perfect sperm to come and fertilize it. Now when it is staying there for 4 to 5 days inside the fallopian tube, if sexual intercourse happens, then that sperm unites with this egg and fertilization has occurred. You are pregnant. Isn't this smart? Don't you feel that this process where the egg is created in the ovary, then the sperm fertilizes, and the special place of the fallopian tubes for this new embryo to stay for a few days inside. Now why is this the most perfect space for the embryo to stay? Because whatever is required, the nutrients, the oxygen, the circulation, all that what is required for the initial growth and development of this embryo is provided by this intelligent fallopian tube. Now, once that little embryo has come to stay inside the uterus, the fallopian tubes do not have much function in the entire journey of the pregnancy stage. But what happens if fertilization does not happen? If it does not happen, then the fallopian tubes keep the egg for a while, and after that it just disintegrates and the body absorbs it. So this function of the fallopian tube is its natural function. Now let's look at some pathology also. The first pathology, which is becoming very common nowadays because of our wrong lifestyles. The tubes get blocked. Now, how do you know this? You can know this by doing two tests. One is hysterosalpingography test, which is also called as the tubal patency test, and the second one is the laparoscopy test. Now, in these two tests, if you find that the tubes are blocked, you need to understand one thing. There are three things which could have blocked the tubes. One is mucus plugs, second is blood clots, and third is any infective foci. Now, it is possible that by going into a better lifestyle, applying certain natural reversal techniques, you can reverse these blocks and get pregnant naturally. You do not have to go to expensive procedures like IVF. Another pathology, which is also becoming quite common nowadays, is ectopic pregnancy. Now, what is this pregnancy? It is a pregnancy which does not grow inside the uterus. So if this is the uterus and these are the two fallopian tubes, ideally what should have been the story? That the embryo appeared, started to grow in the fallopian tube, but then it went and stayed inside the uterus and started growing for 9 months. In ectopic, it fails to enter the uterus, it just starts growing over here and it does not go here. And then this is not the right place for the baby to grow for all 9 months. And this pregnancy needs to be terminated either by medical methods or surgical methods. Now, sometimes some of my patients come with one tube. One of the tube has been surgically removed because of this ectopic pregnancy. And then they are left with one tube. And then they are very much worried कि I don't know pregnancy होगी कि नहीं होगी. But when they come again into a better lifestyle, giving the best kind of nutrients inside, putting in a lot of medical evidence-based practices in their daily life, what happens is they get pregnant naturally. So if you are one with one tube, do not worry, you can conceive and we can reduce the chances of a repeat ectopic pregnancy. That's all about the fallopian tubes. You have any questions, please write in the comment box.